Senator Joe Manchin, of course, abruptly pulled the plug this week on the Democrats'
No, Martha, he didn't abruptly. Martha,
okay. He abruptly on Friday.
He didn't abruptly do anything.
He was
has
negotiating
sabotaged
for a while.
the president's agenda. No, look, if you check the record 6 months ago, I made it clear that you have people like Manchin, Sinema to a lesser degree, who are intentionally sabotaging the president's agenda, what the American people want, what a majority of us in the Democratic caucus want. Nothing new about this. And the problem was that we continue to talk to Manchin like he was serious. He was not. This is a guy who is a major recipient of fossil fuel money, a guy who has received campaign contributions from 25 Republican billionaires.
After months of back and forth, Joe Manchin told Democratic leaders that he will not support the major climate provisions that are a key part of President Joe Biden's agenda. The outrage from Manchin's own party, as you can imagine, has been overwhelming. Massachusetts Democratic Senator Ed Markey, a champion of the Green New Deal, tweeted out, "Rage keeps me from tears." New Mexico Democratic Senator Martin Heinrich questioned whether Manchin should be the head of the Energy and Natural Resources Committee. And John Podesta, former counselor to President Barack Obama and former chief of staff to President Bill Clinton, wrote, "It seems odd that Manchin would choose as his legacy to be the one man who single-handedly doomed humanity."
Like the mainstream media can't figure it out. They're like, what is it? Is it the color of the bill? Is it when they release it? Is it the summer, the fall? I can't tell anything. What's going on? What are the debates and the principles and the ideology? We're like, duh, it's the bribes. And what is the other thing we say? When corporate, useless, lying Democrats tell you, there's nothing we could do. There's nothing we can do. What do we tell you? Pressure. You apply a tiny amount of pressure and he's like, oh, I can't believe you're twisting my arm. I like the climate. I like the climate. We're right about everything. Okay, it's not because we're geniuses, because it's really, really simple. All of Washington has to lie to you to make it appear complicated. Now, again, if you tell that at New York Times or CNN, their heads will explode. How dare you, dear sir? Those are wonderful, powerful people. And they have told us that they don't agree with Manchin. So we have written it down in our role as journalists without questioning it or asking for any evidence. The White House actually did a great job of putting out a tweet that Biden could do like 9 different executive orders that would actually help a lot. It wouldn't be as good as this bill, but it would help a lot. And my prediction is Biden will do 0 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do I predict that about Biden? Why do I predict it about the other 40 Democratic senators? Because they all take money from fossil fuel companies. So if you're bribed, you're gonna do what the person who bribed you told you to do. Now, at this point, they don't have to come forward. Manchin's their cover story. Oh, can you believe Manchin killed that bill? Golly gee, voters, I am so mad. New York Times, write it down, write it down. CNN, say it on there. I am so mad about that bill. Then they turn around, I bet you very literally, call their donors and say, don't worry, it got killed.
Yep.
Because they're corrupt. I solved it for you.
Are folks tired of Manchin? Like, what was it like on the Hill when news hit that once again Lucy yanked the football away from Democratic leadership?
That's exactly the kind of sentiment I heard from progressives on the Hill. Time and time again, they've been told, trust Joe Manchin, trust in the process, wait for compromise, and take a little bit more away from what you wanted, but eventually you'll get something. And the overwhelming sentiment I heard from progressives was, well, here we go again. Here's yet another cycle where we have to go with the whims of Joe Manchin. And there's a lot of frustration about that. But given the 50-50 Senate, Democrats don't have much of a choice otherwise.